Welcome to Compassionate Yoga for Mind-Body Connection. Let's begin the day together with some gentle breath-centered movement to bring mind and body back into harmony for the rest of your day. So find yourself a comfortable seat, either sitting on a cushion or a blanket, or just on the floor. And begin to lengthen through the spine, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling. And close your eyes or lower your gaze, and let's begin together with 2 rounds of breath in and out through the nose. So breathing in and out. Let's breathe in and out. Gently lift your gaze or open your eyes. And let's begin with a full torso stretch. So interlace the fingers and raise the arms up overhead, palms reaching towards the sky. And slowly turn the head from side to side. Bring the head back to center. Inhale here. And as you exhale, lower one hand to the mat and bring the other arm up and over. Inhale lifts us back to center. And exhale, coming into a side bend on the other side. Inhale returns us to center, arms reach up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, arms lift. And exhale, coming back into our side bend. Inhale, raise the arms. This time as you exhale, coming into a twist. Inhale, lifts us back to center and twist the other way. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, turning one way. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift the arms, and exhale, float them back down alongside the body. From here, let's interlace the fingers like we did at the start and raise them overhead. Take a nice long inhale here. And exhale, begin to round the spine, drawing the navel in, tucking the chin to chest. Inhale, arms lift. Maybe cast your gaze up to the ceiling. And exhale, round the spine. Inhale to lift. And exhale to fold forward. One more lift. And exhale, slowly release the hands alongside the body. Okay, we'll now meet in all fours position. So move whatever you're sitting on off your mat and off to the side. Coming into all fours, making sure the shoulders are over the wrists and the knees are under the hips. And the knees are about hips distance. So we'll move into some hip circles. So let's start by inhaling the shoulders over the wrists. And as you exhale, take the hips back and around towards the heels. Inhale, sweep the hips back, coming back to the top. And let's do that again. So exhale to move back. Inhale to move forward. 2 more times, moving to the rhythm of your own breath. So we're just gently warming up the body and reverse direction using the same breath pattern. Inhaling to come forward and exhaling to move back. And use this time to check in with the body. Notice if you're carrying any tension. Okay, let's do one more on this side. And let's meet back in a neutral position. And from here we'll move into thread the needle. So have the big toes touching and take the knees a little wider. Bring the left hand a little closer to the midline. As you inhale, raise the right arm, opening up through the chest. And as you exhale, send the arm under the shoulder. Inhale, raise the arm. And exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, turn the collarbones to the sky. And exhale, coming down. This time, let's hold here for a couple of rounds of breath, turning your gaze up towards the ceiling. Maybe gently pressing through the forearm to create a nice stretch through the back of the shoulder. On your next inhale, raise the arm up and exhale to lower. Let's do that all on the opposite side. So bring your right hand a little closer to the midline. On an inhale, raise the left arm. Exhale, send it through. Inhale. And exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, open up through the chest. And exhale, coming down for a couple of breaths. Turning your gaze up towards the ceiling. Pressing the top of the forearm gently into the floor to create a little stretch through the shoulder. On your next inhale, lift the arm and exhale, lower it to the mat. Let's press back into a kneeling position. On an inhale, rise up into a high kneeling position, arms lift. Exhale, sweep the hands out wide, bringing the forehead towards the floor. Inhale, coming all the way to the top, a gentle back bend. And exhale, floating down, belly moves towards the tops of the thighs. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, floating down. As you inhale, roll back up to a kneeling position. And we'll meet in tabletop position again. On your next inhale, lift the chest and tailbone. Exhale, begin to round the spine. Send the hips back to the heels, child's pose. Inhale, lift up. Lower the belly, lift the chest. And exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips back and up to downward facing dog. Inhale, lower the knees, lift the chest and tailbone. Exhale, round the spine, child's pose. Inhale, lifting up, chest lifts. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips back and up to downward facing dog. Inhale, a gentle back bend. Exhale, hips back to child's pose. Inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, start to pedal your legs a few times. Feeling into the backs of the hamstrings and the calves. Checking in with how the body's feeling. Find stillness in the pose now. And on your next inhale, raise the right leg a little bit. Exhale, step it through, lower the back knee. Inhale, raise the arms up. And hold here for a couple of rounds of breath, sinking the hips down into a low lunge. Inhale here, exhale, palms to the floor, step back to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, step it through, lower the back knee, and as you inhale, raise the arms. Holding here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, exhale, palms to the mat, stepping back. And let's move through the same flow as we did before. So inhale, knees to the floor, lift the chest and tailbone. Exhale, sit back to child's pose. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step it through, lower the back knee. Inhale, rising up. And as you exhale, take the right arm behind and bend to the right side. See if you can keep the breath slow and steady. Inhale, lift both arms. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg, and exhale, step it through, lower the back knee down. Inhale, raise both arms, and as you exhale, take the left arm behind you and bend to the left side. So the right arm is coming up and over. See if you can draw the right shoulder back. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, float forward, palms down, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lower the knees. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg, step it through, lower the back knee. As you inhale, rising up into a low lunge. As you exhale, open the arms out wide and move into a twist. You might notice the breath moving a little differently through the body in our twist. Inhale, raise both arms. Exhale, hands to floor and step back to downward dog. Let's do that on the left side. So left leg lifts, step it through, lower the back knee. Inhale, raise the arms. And exhale, open up nice and wide, twisting towards the left. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping back. Inhale, lift the chest and tailbone. Allow the belly to move towards the floor. Exhale, round the spine, sitting back to child's pose. Let's hold in child's pose for a little rest here. So you can take the arms anywhere you like. An option for today might be to bring the palms together and bend the elbows, bringing the palms behind the back of the head. And from here, you might like to begin to notice the effects of the practice on your breath, the effects of the practice on your body, and on your mind. Okay, let's begin to roll up to a kneeling position. Pausing here for a breath or two. And then let's transition onto our backs. So coming all the way down, have the knees bent and the soles of the feet on the mat. Okay, bring the right ankle over the left knee. And then draw the left leg in towards the chest. Maybe interlacing the fingers behind the left thigh. And you might notice here, as you settle into the pose, that you feel a little stretching sensation through the outer edge of the right hip. Whatever arises for you, just keep breathing, sending the breath to any areas of tension, and using the exhale to release that tension. And we'll spend a couple of breaths here. Good. Draw the belly in, so navel towards the spine. Inhale here. With the belly drawn in, allow the legs to move away from the body, feet down towards the mat. Let's cross the left ankle over the right knee this time, drawing the right knee in towards the body, interlacing the fingers behind the right thigh, and settling into the posture. And you may notice that this side feels different to the first side. We carry tension differently throughout our bodies. It's not always symmetrical. Just notice and see if you can release any tension using the breath. Okay, gently activate the core as you release the legs back down, so feet moving towards the mat. Bring the soles of the feet a little closer to the sitting bones and have the arms alongside the body. Gently press into the heels and lift the hips, taking the arms overhead. As you exhale, draw the knees in, using your hands to guide them. Inhale, send the legs up, arms move back. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale, soles of the feet to the mat, lifting up into bridge pose. Exhale, knees draw in towards the belly. Inhale, extend the legs, arms move behind. Exhale, draws the knees into the chest. Inhale, lifting up into bridge pose. Exhale, knees to chest. And inhale, raise the legs. Exhale, knees to chest, and let's hold the knees in here for a gentle squeeze, maybe rocking gently from side to side, if that feels okay on your back. Okay, come back to stillness. Lower the feet to the floor. And then bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to open out like butterfly wings. For some people, this might feel a little too intense across the groin area, so it can feel really supportive if you place a pillow or a yoga block under your knee or the outer edge of your thigh. So find a comfortable position and we'll move into some breath awareness. So place the palms of your hands across your upper chest area. And you can close your eyes or lower your gaze. And let's spend a few breaths noticing the gentle rise and fall of the upper chest as you breathe in and out. And let's move the hands to the lower rib cage, placing the palms there. And again, noticing the gentle rise and fall of the rib cage as you breathe in and out. Now let's move the hands to the belly around the navel area. Feeling the abdominals gently expand and contract with each inhale and exhale. And let's transition into Shavasana now. So extending the legs one at a time, taking them a little wider than hips distance, allowing the feet to relax, extending the arms, taking them a little wider than shoulder distance, maybe rolling the shoulders under a little bit, tucking the chin. We're not going to be in Shavasana for very long, but give yourself permission to rest in stillness
for these next few moments. Allow the body to relax and surrender into the floor. Send your next inhale to your fingers and toes and bring some gentle movement into your hands and feet. Draw the knees into the chest and roll to one side, pausing here for a breath or two. Slowly make your way up into a seated position. Eyes can be open or closed. Rest the hands on the knees or in the lap. And check in with how you're feeling. Take your fingertips down to the floor. And on your next inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, bring the palms together, lowering them down to the heart space, taking the chin to the chest. And inhale, raise your gaze back to a neutral position. I hope this practice has supported you in some way, and I wish you a calm and steady start to your day.